If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of The Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
You guys are listening to Slasher Radio, and my name is Bones. As always, I'm joined with Kat and Rob. Guys, what's happening?
Not too much.
It's Rob.
Hanging out.
Oh, I was going to say, why does nobody, when one of you don't want to talk to me, do you take turns? What the hell?
I decided that time I was going to let Kat answer first because I always just jump right in there.
Fair enough. Guys, how's your week been?
Not good.
Not good?
Uh-oh.
No, not good.
What happened?
Nah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, did you get something caught in the zipper?
No.
Okay, all right. Fair enough, all right.
Work was a lot for me, because, the dice were mean to me, which is pretty much how any given week is for me, so.
The dice were mean to you?
Yeah, the dice were real mean to me.
Oh, man. Well, that's not good.
That's happened to me a time or two in a casino.
I've only played, speaking of casinos, I've only played craps once. And I still don't know what the fuck I was doing.
That's a fun game. I like to play that, but you got to go with, like, a few people.
Yeah.
If you're going to play craps. Like, I don't like to just be, like, by myself at the craps table or around people I don't know, because it's a real yelling, screaming game.
Yeah, well, I was at my friend Danny's my friend Danny's bachelor party, and we were fucking drunk. None of us knew how to play craps, except for this one friend that we were with, and he was like, oh, let's play craps, I'm gonna have you guys on the table, all this shit all weekend. So finally, we were walking by the table, and he said, let's do it. I'm like, all right. So he wanted me to roll. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I was so drunk, I kept throwing the dice off the table. And they didn't like that.
I got yelled at for putting two hands on the dice. You can't do that either, which I did not know the first time I played. And I believe once I was told I was not allowed to throw the dice anymore because they kept going off the table.
I never understood that because, my friend, like I said, all I did was grab the dice from him and throw them. That's all I was in charge of. He kept, like, when he would reach for the dice, and it wasn't even a guy that worked there, it was some asshole standing by the table, kept yelling, watch his hands. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Who the hell is he?
Yeah, what's he care?
Yeah.
He doesn't work there.
Piece of shit.
Get a job, you bum!
So apparently that's a big deal in craps. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, they do. You are not allowed to put two hands on those dice. They do not like that.
All right, so you can't do that, and you can't throw the dice off the table, which I did several times.
Yeah.
Several. So I did pretty good, too, I think.
Well, it's because, first of all, that table's long, and you got to throw them all the way to the end, or it doesn't count.
Right.
So, then you feel like you got to throw them really hard, and then they bounce off the table, and then they get all pissy.
Yeah. Well, that just made me think of the dice. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to say it. That was an interesting weekend. Anyway, so before we go too much further, we do have something very important to talk about.
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls, they're big and salty and brown. If you ever need a quick pick me up, just stick my balls in your mouth. Ooh, suck on my chow.
We are talking about Manscaped again, guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Sweet Jesus.
Now, I said this was important, and it is, because, fellas, as everybody knows, as you should know, I hope you know, your twig and berries are important. And the way you take care of them and all that stuff, very important. You have to make sure that everything is done right, everything is looking great, and the best way to do that is with manscaped.com. You guys can go over there and check them out. They have the brand new Lawnmower 3.0. Anybody who has been listening to us and following us, we had advertisements with Manscaped before. They were nice enough to send us over the Lawnmower 2.0 that Bobby and I tried, raved about. Great product. I'm very excited. They're sending us over their new stuff. I'm very excited to try out the Lawnmower 3.0. Rob, are you looking forward to your new ball trimmer?
Oh, I can't wait. Woo, I'm going to be smooth. This is going to be fun. I'm gonna make a whole day of it.
I'll ask you later about what that day is going to consist of, because I am curious.
Yeah.
But the Lawnmower 3.0 is a third-generation trimmer, features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, nicks and ticks and all that stuff. And thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, you can feel very confident trimming the lawn. And the Lawnmower 3.0, just like the Lawnmower 2.0, you're guaranteed to not nick your nuts. When we were talking about the Lawnmower 2.0 several months ago, I went into this, guys, being as uncareful as I could be. I was going to just shave my genitalia carelessly.
That sounds like such a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's really brave, man.
Look, when we at Slasher Radio advertise something, I'm gonna. They said I won't nick my nuts. I'm gonna fucking hold them to them. And if I gotta bleed from my balls to prove that point, damn it, I'm gonna do it. But guess what, guys? Not a nick. I didn't have nothing. It was fine. And as tough as it was to be careless down there, I was, and it paid off. And I never had to worry about it again. I still use the Lawnmower 2.0 to this day. Can't wait to get the 3.0. It also has an LED light.
Oh, I know. That's exciting, too. You can do it in the dark.
That's right. It has an LED light. It's waterproof, so you don't even have to stand and make a mess. You can stand in the shower, waterproof. If you're one, I personally like to shower in the dark. Having the light on.
Or what the hell? Just go out to your swimming pool at night.
I don't know if we can legally condone that. So
okay,
all right. I don't know how that works. You can go nuts with Manscaped. They have, which I honestly, I know this is an advertisement from them, but I would be saying it regardless. I say it all the time. They have a ball deodorant, which, no bullshit, is the crop preserver. And it's a deodorant for your nuts. And man, you feel clean, smooth, fresh all day. I can't live it. They sent me a free one with the package that they sent us over back then. I've been buying it ever since. No bullshit.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Kat, from a woman's point of view, you can't add much to this conversation, unfortunately. But I mean,
well, no, because I don't have my Lawnmower 3.0 yet.
You don't have your Lawnmower 3.0, and you don't have the equipment that really requires the Lawnmower 3.0. But the point is, from a woman's point of view, men should take care of the. Because look, women go above and beyond. I could never make it as a woman.
Yeah, I will say, men need to step it up. Like, get on our level.
I agree. Women go above and beyond. I would be a terrible woman. I'd be the hairiest, nastiest woman walking the face of the earth. So I feel like men, as fellas, we need to take it upon ourselves to, get to that level, because you know what? Women don't do all that work just for us to come in looking and smelling like a bear. You got to get your shit up, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, come on. Get your head out of your ass. Take care of yourself.
Have a little pride in yourself and your junk. And we're saving you a little bit of money doing this. So go over to manscaped.com. You can get whatever you need to get. Look through all their stuff. All of it's high quality. I promise you that. And you can use the promo code FANSIDED20. FANSIDED20, all one word. And you can save yourself 20% and get free shipping. I mean, come on, guys. Well, there's no more excuses.
Yep. No reason not to. Come on.
Seriously.
Time to act like a grown-up, you know what I mean?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. Look, spraying yourself with Axe body spray and then pulling your pants out and spraying down there, that the days of high school are over, boys.
Yep,
Come on.
Yep. That ain't going to get it.
No, it's not. So do yourself a favor. Your balls will thank you. I can promise you that. So go check out manscaped.com. And, not for nothing, a lot of people ask us, how can we support the show? We love the show. We want to support you guys. How can we do it? I mean, our advertisements don't just come for no reason. If you guys go and support them, they support us. So helping us is part of that. So definitely go check it out. And we wouldn't push this if it wasn't good shit. Just, point blank period.
Yep, absolutely. My balls are already looking forward to it.
Oh, I could say so much, but I'm going to get deleted. All right, so go check out manscaped.com. Help us. Help us and help your balls at the same time.
Yeah, help us help you.
And you guys, everybody who's listening right now is very lucky that Bobby Spitzer is not on the show anymore, because you would get full video tutorials.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
Unless, Rob, if you're free this weekend.
I haven't opened the OnlyFans yet.
If you want to live stream the spa day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be some scented candles and everything. It's going to be nice. I know how to treat myself.
If I could just buy a seat in your bathroom for that day, I would be the happiest person in the world. But yeah, go check out Manscaped. In all honesty, I really do love their shit. They're very, very good. Guys, if anyone who's been keeping up with us remembers, we've been taking voicemails lately.
Oh, did Roger call back?
No.
No!
Oh.
Roger did not call back. We are still investigating Roger. There was something fishy about that phone call, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, we still have the team looking into it. If anyone does want to leave a voicemail, we will air it on the show here. And we will discuss it, whatever you have to say, anything horror related from A to Z. And we're going to probably be airing about one a week. So I know we got a few in. We got Nesto had left a really, really cool voicemail. I can't wait to play his. We got a text message in. There's quite a few on the docket. So we kind of want to space them out. So if you don't hear yours this week, we didn't forget about you or lose it. So it is, on the to be heard list.
And please call in with more information about Roger.
Yeah, Kat, that's if you have any information.
We are seeking news sources to...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I said, we are investigating this internally. This has become a very active investigation. But yeah, if you can help us, and any information would help, any information on Roger that you may or may not have, you could definitely call with that too. The number is 917-397-KILL. That's 917-397-5455. And that's good call, Kat. Yeah, we need to open up the Slasher Radio listeners to maybe they'll have some information.
I see. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? That Kat had one of her friends call in? Is that what the problem is here?
Yeah. I got one of my friends to call in and say that my opinions were not as good.
Right? Jesus.
Yeah. Well, maybe they went off script. I don't know.
Oh my God.
They just spoke from the heart.
This voicemail was sent in by @SilverBandit36, our buddy Camp Crystal Jake. He has been an awesome supporter of the show. Great listener, very interactive, which is what we want from everybody who listens to the show. So here is what Jake had to say.
That's a huge bitch.
Jesus Christ, that's funny.
He called in just to quote Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo.
Oh, shit. That's funny. I did not mean to play that. Rob, look what you made me do. God damn it. Fuck. All right. Well. Okay, I got it now. That was funny. Okay, here's Jake's voicemail.
Hi guys, Mikey, Kat and Rob, it's Jake. Just leaving a quick message. Don't really know what to say, so I'm going to be cheeky and make a request if I could, before Rob gets in there with Killer Sofa or some shit. Could I ask for Oculus or Session 9, please? Both films that mean a lot to me. It'd be good to talk about them. Love the show. Listen to the new ones, listen to the old ones over and over again. Thanks to all involved. Thank you. Bye.
All right, first of all, Killer Sofa is an amazing movie.
Oculus.
All right. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it's actually about a recliner, not a sofa, and it kills people, and it's awesome.
It is good.
Yeah.
I can't deny this.
Secondly, I would be down for Oculus or Session 9. They're both awesome. Except Oculus, I get confused oftentimes with the Kiefer Sutherland movie Mirrors.
You said that, when we were talking about Mike Flanagan, and I don't understand how.
Because they're both about mirrors.
But Oculus is so much better than Mirrors.
Yeah, I don't really remember Oculus all that well, but I do remember liking it, so.
I haven't seen either of them.
Mirrors was so dumb.
Yeah, Mirrors is really stupid. Session 9 is really cool, too. So I'd be down for either one of those.
I would be happy rewatching Session 9.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
I won't be as actively excited about it as Oculus, but I would not.
You have a Mike Flanagan problem.
I do have a Mike Flanagan problem. Oculus is actually, I think, maybe one of my... it's on the lower tier of Mike Flanagan movies for me, and I'm still very excited about it. So
yeah. Where does it fall in relationship to Ouija Origin of Evil?
It's that's why I didn't say it's like at the bottom, because Ouija Origin of Evil also exists.
Although that movie's actually pretty good too.
You know what? It could have been a lot worse.
For what it is,
especially with a title like that.
Yeah, for what it is, he did a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jake, we could do either one of those easily, I think. And Killer Sofa.
No. All right, let's show the line of Killer Sofa now. Let's not get carried away. I haven't seen either of them. I did look them up after Jake. After listening to his voicemail, and because I had seen some about Oculus Session 9 I've heard of, I didn't know what either one of them were about. Oculus seems cool as hell. Session 9 seems more up my alley. So, hey man, we're down for either one.
Yeah, I could easily see them making their way onto the schedule.
Did you notice, guys? I mean, other than Roger, every voicemail has had some kind of knock on Rob.
I know. It's weird, isn't it?
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. So, yeah, thank you, Jake. That was awesome. One of our UK listeners, all the way from, what do they call that? Over the bridge, or what the hell?
Across the pond.
I don't know where it
over the bridge. He doesn't live at grandma's house.
That'd be a long fucking bridge, wouldn't it? I don't know where that came from. But yeah, that was awesome. So thank you, Jake. We're definitely all right. So definitely, I would root a little more for Session 9, but I mean, I don't care either way, because Kat here had a pretty cool movie idea for this week, which I had also never seen, and we will be talking about that soon, Kat.
Yeah, we'll see how cool it is.
All right, so do you guys want to knock out the news?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, let's get ready to hump the news.
It's time to hump the news with Rob Humphrey.
He's not a genius.
I am a genius, damn it.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's let you. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, look what I got. There we go.
No, come on.
All right, so first up, this is the beauty of this. This is a great episode so far. I'm going to make Kat happy and piss Rob off all back to back here.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, it's the news, man. Can't blame me. Kat, you will be happy to know that the first 7 movies from the Saw franchise are going to be heading over to HBO Max in February.
Oh, yay! Oh, just in time for my annual Saw marathon.
I will cancel my subscription.
Over Saw?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I already own them. What am I going to do?
I guess. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, it's a strange time. I mean, I guess other than for Kat, but in February for movie. Well,
Yeah.
I guess not. Like,
No,
date
the
nights.
DVDs came out, like right around Valentine's Day.
Yeah. They were like, Valentine's Day's coming up. Nothing says, I love you like Saw.
Sawing your foot off.
But, this makes sense. There's the whole people liked Wesley from The Princess Bride, and he was in a movie later on that was Saw. There's a romantic track there somewhere, right?
He's also on several episodes of the show Psych, but they don't re-air those.
Psych explains. I don't think I brought this up, and I've been kicking myself ever since when we did our Saw episode. But he had like a weird accent when he came back for Saw 7. And the Psych episodes are very reminiscent of that, because every few minutes his accent was slightly different.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Psych is a great show.
He was good in it, too.
Yeah.
Like, I give him a tough time about the accent, but he was like he was an art thief, right?
Yeah. International art thief.
That was a good show.
All right, well, 7 Saw. I mean, My Bloody Valentine would make me a lot happier.
Yes.
But whatever.
They already have that, don't they, on HBO Max?
Is it on HBO Max? If it is, I'm going to be watching it soon. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
The remake, I think, is on, not the...
Oh. The remake does have Tom Atkins.
Doesn't fuck me. I forgot about that. Damn it.
That's why I assumed that's the one you meant.
Oh, God.
It's not a bad remake. I mean, as far as remakes go.
No, definitely not. The movies the Saw movies that are on here are the original, which is the extended version, is going to be the one on HBO Max, and Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all director's cuts. So that's it's pretty cool. So you're getting a little more bang for your HBO buck there.
That's what we all want. Longer Saw movies.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, God. All right, so next up, Rob Zombie has a new song and music video out, Rob.
You're just trying to piss me off, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I mean, it's kind of related. I mean, shit, Halloween, and Rob Zombie himself ties into the horror genre pretty well, so...
Yeah.
It pisses you off, so it's here.
His music's fine. I don't dislike it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's just not my thing. Like, I don't listen to that kind of music, so... But I can tolerate it. Which is saying something.
You were pissing off one of our listeners. Shout out to Amanda right now. Rob, what is... I'm gonna get it on the table. For her specifically. What is your deal with Rob Zombie?
I don't have a deal with Rob Zombie. It's his music just isn't the kind of music that I listen to.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just, it's fine, though. Like, whatever. His movies just aren't good.
Good Lord. Elvis and Barry White aren't music that I listen to, but I can still acknowledge their greatness.
Not well. I mean, Rob Zombie's not Elvis, dude. Come on.
Well, in his genre, he kind of is.
No, he's not Elvis, dude.
You never give him credit for any of his movies. And you won't even give the man his fucking roses while you can smell him with his music either.
What about the video game? Can we give him credit for that?
I don't know anything about that.
Me either.
Oh, there was like the Guitar Hero style zombie game that he did, where you like fought zombies with the power of guitar.
I don't know. That sounds kind of awesome, but I don't know anything about it.
It was like a fully Rob Zombie soundtrack.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or a fever dream I had. I think Neil Patrick Harris was like one of the voices.
That's interesting.
All right, we're breaking through. Rob is positive about something to do with Rob Zombie, so...
I'm not always negative about him. I've said before, he's a really good director that I'm waiting to make a really good movie.
You haven't liked any Rob Zombie movies?
I mean,
I know you didn't like Halloween.
No, I didn't like Halloween. I liked Lords of Salem.
One movie. Dude, how you cannot give credit to Devil's Rejects will forever fucking baffle me. Like, no joke.
Because it's not a good movie. It's a terrible movie.
You're out of your mind, man. Like, if there was one to give him, like, I understand all the criticism for Rob Zombie with movies. Trust me, I get it. I've done argued it with Bobby Spitzer for who knows how long. I understand. But damn it, man, if there was one to give the guy, damn it, it's Devil's Rejects.
No, I don't like that movie at all.
I will say I didn't like Devil's Rejects the first time that I saw it, because I was expecting it to be way more like House of a Thousand Corpses. Like, I really, really liked House, and then Devil's Rejects, I was like, what the fuck is this? But I rewatched them a few years back, and I was like, I don't know what my problem was with this.
Yeah, I mean, when you go into it expecting, like, House of a Thousand... See, I looked at it as that with, like, House of a Thousand Corpses was great. Don't get me wrong, I love that movie. But it was more of a... And I say this in a good way, a shit fest as far as a movie goes. You know, like, it was all over the fucking place. I think Devil's Rejects was Rob Zombie, like, okay, like, really understanding the movie-making process and getting better at it.
What part of House of a Thousand Corpses people were responding to and then making the whole movie that.
Right.
Which I can't blame him for. I do miss, despite it being a little bit chaotic, I still think I like House of a Thousand Corpses better.
Yeah, I can see
maybe.
it, yeah.
But I came around on Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects was a masterpiece.
I have yet to turn that corner. He was supposed to make a movie about the Philadelphia Flyers called the Broad Street Bullies, like the Flyers from like the 70s.
I heard about that.
And I was really into that. That sounded great, but it never happened.
I don't know. I feel like Rob Zombie, if he was going to make a movie about a sports team, it should be like, I don't know, Crimson Tide from Alabama or something. Some redneck as fuck. This is trashy. I don't know.
Well, the Flyers, they were called, their nickname was the Broad Street Bullies, and that was their thing. They were famous for just beating the shit out of other teams.
Yeah, but still. I don't know.
Hockey's a violent game, Mikey.
As I found out lately on NHL 2K. Oh, dude. Little sidebar. My defense on that game is just fucking nailing people every chance I get. That's my defense. I will just mop whoever has that puck.
Yeah.
It's worked out well for me.
It was a good plan. You got to separate the guy from the puck.
Oh, I separate the shit out of them. I injured 2 guys in one game once. I do not try to get the puck. I nail whoever has it and then worry about the rest later. That's my goal. Anyway, yeah. Apparently Rob Zombie has a new album out, I think. I'm not too much into that genre of music myself either. But, yeah, it looks like he has a new album out, and he's putting out music videos and all this stuff. I think the name of the movie, or maybe even the album, is The Eternal Struggles of the Howling Man. And there's a werewolf cartoon image in here ripping off someone's head, so that's always cool. The picture, I guess the artwork for I don't know if it's the song or album, it's very, very psychedelic, very Rob Zombie. I mean, the dude knows what he's doing with music, man. Like, he knows his audience, and he fucking seems to nail it every damn time. So, yeah, there's your Rob Zombie news. Rob, you happy?
Yep. Perfectly happy.
Good. All right, next up, The Wrong Turn, I don't know, I guess reboot, we could call it, is going to be on digital and Blu-ray in February. And it will also include extras, extended scenes and deleted scenes and all that shit. So we had Damien Maffei on this show, who is in this movie. Shit, I don't remember. Sometime towards... Damn, man, that was like... That was about 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
It was a while back, yeah.
Damn, time goes by so fast. Yeah, so a while ago, we talked to him about Haunt, which he played a role in. We had him on the show even longer ago than that, talking about Strangers 2. And he's an awesome guy, and he gave us a little insight on this even way back then. So it's nice that this thing is finally coming out.
Yeah.
Wrong Turn franchise is dangerous.
I'm sort of interested in this one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of the Wrong Turn movies. I remember, obviously I've seen the first one, and I think I watched 2 and 3, and I get them confused. I can't remember which one's which. And then I just kind of fell off the franchise after that. I kind of actually would like to catch up with the rest of them, but I just never got around to it. if they're gonna, reboot it, yeah, I'm in. We'll see what they do.
They're rough. Like, if you sit down and watch them all back to back, it's not a franchise I would recommend marathoning.
Right.
But I mean, in terms of quality, there are worse franchises. And I liked the first one. A lot of people gave it a tough time, but
yeah,
I liked it. And the second one wasn't bad.
The first one's fine. The second one, is that the reality show or the prison?
That's the reality show.
Reality show is awesome.
Yeah, it was okay.
Which I liked that one. 3 I was not a huge fan of because that was a prison. And then
yeah, I didn't dislike any of them that I saw. They were kind of like the second and third were just kind of blah.
They did like a snow sequel where everything was frozen, and I was like, oh boy.
That's kind of cool. No, all right.
No, it was mostly people not knowing how sleds work.
No,
like
you literally get on them and push. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How are they hard to figure out?
You got to be at the top of a hill.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if you're in a field, no.
Well, unless you have a husky attached to it, you don't just hop on a sled and expect it to move.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
A husky with a barrel of rum around his neck.
The snowmobiles need gas to move. Like,
oh Lord,
we're gonna be stranded out here. Like 10 miles to the next. I don't know.
I think a reboot of it could be good. We'll see. Though, it's a wrong turn. It's not like they're going to make it worse.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I'm going it. Like, I'm interested enough that I will definitely be watching it, but I'm not so invested that it's going to be, treason if something goes horribly wrong.
Yeah. And that's usually actually the best remakes to go see for me.
Yeah.
Like the movies that I'm not, a huge fan of, but I think they're okay. And I go see the remake and, I come out feeling fine about it.
Yeah, I've got nothing to lose with the wrong turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the record, if I can marathon the Saw series, I can marathon anything.
Wow, a little shot in there.
I don't know about that.
Good Lord.
Damn!
Anyway, moving away from that. All right, next up, apparently John Carpenter is still considering making a return to directing. And he was quoted saying that he's working on a couple of things. I believe he did an interview with Daily Beast. And apparently he's working on some stuff, man. I mean, John Carpenter, Rob, how much success has he had since he had his prime, in the 80s and all that? And no shade on John Carpenter. Huge John Carpenter fans here. But would you be weary of a John Carpenter movie coming out in 2021?
I'd be super excited about a John Carpenter movie coming out in 2021 because it's a John Carpenter movie.
Okay.
His track record as of recently has not been very good, no.
Right.
But I would still be absolutely psyched to go see anything that he put out. So yeah, I mean, I would look forward to it. It's been a long time. Let's see, The Ward was the last movie he did, and that came out in 2010. So yeah, I would love to see him do that. He's got a lot going on though right now. He's got a new album coming out soon. February something is Lost Themes 3 is out, and he just signed a deal with some company that produces podcasts. He's going to make like a horror story podcast. So it's going to be I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I'm picturing like sort of those old-timey radio shows, but with horror stories.
Right.
So yeah, he's keeping himself plenty busy the way it is. And I'm sure he was probably doing press for the album, and usually when he does that, somebody will ask him about a movie. And he's been saying this for a little while, that he's not opposed to returning to make another movie or maybe even more. At the same time, I think he really likes making his music and playing his video game. So, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I would look at it as skeptical as I am, and I'm skeptical with anything that, comes out after they've they've been missing from a certain area for a while. There's no way he can make anything worse than a lot of the crap that's coming out now. So I mean, you know, I'm there for it, you know. And plus, since he's been removed for so long from directing, you would think if he's gonna come back, he's really gonna want to throw it all on the table. You know, I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably something he's like, you know, he got a feel for if it's bringing him back.
At this point, if he's going to come back to make another movie, it's going to be something he wants to make.
And has been wanting to make, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's not going to be, you know, just to make a movie. He's going to come to make a project that he's really invested in.
Right. So, I mean, that'd be fucking amazing. That would be fucking amazing. All right, lastly, and this is annoying, but Friday the 13th has a whole nother lawsuit going on.
I saw this today.
Yeah, apparently it's with Paramount and Warner Brothers, and I don't know exactly. It's something where they weren't given money, and they were claiming that they were being withheld documents that would show they weren't being given the correct amount of money and all this stuff.
It sounded to me from the article that I read like Sean Cunningham is suing both of those companies because he feels like he's owed more money than he's been paid. Basically is what it boils down to.
Right. But recently, let me see how recently. Okay, so yesterday, as of this recording, January 29th, our buddy Larry Zerner, who we just had on the show, Shelley from Friday the 13th Part 3, who has been following and breaking down all of the lawsuit stuff going on with Victor Miller and Friday the 13th and all that shit. He chimed in on this as well and broke down pretty much what was going on with that. So you can check that out at Zerner Law. And if you haven't checked out our episode with Larry Zerner that was just a few episodes ago, you know, you'd go check that out too. He's very informative and understanding about all this legal bullshit that most people, including us, don't really understand.
Yep. He's good at explaining it in a way that makes it simple to understand, though.
Right. But apparently he's breaking down this lawsuit only has to do with the Friday the 13th remake.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read that much into it. I just saw an article and I wasn't exactly sure what it entailed, other than the fact that Sean Cunningham felt like he was owed some money.
Yeah. But apparently it's only the remake, and, you know, let's be honest, that movie was a piece of shit anyway, so.
Oh, whoa.
Yep.
Nah.
I said it. That movie's a piece of shit, and the director is an even bigger piece of shit. So, let's move on from that.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Shade.
My goodness.
God damn it. Anyway, so, yeah, that's, well, I guess we'll follow that. It's just, I mean, even though it doesn't seem like it's nowhere near as big of a deal as far as the franchise goes, like the whole Victor Miller thing, but, you know, like, it's so discouraging seeing it, you know? It's like, it's been long enough with that shit, now this is just, it's a shame to see the franchise going through that.
Yeah, because now you gotta wonder how much, you know, is this gonna hold things up, and, yeah, it's...
Right. Poor Jason. He just wants to kill people in the woods, you know? Like, they got him in a courtroom in a suit and tie.
Everyone's picking on him.
Imagine if they called on Jason Voorhees for, like, you know, a deposition or something.
I feel like that would be like one of those really weird Saturday Night Live sketches where it's like, who approved this?
How hasn't it been done already? What the fuck? I haven't seen one meme or anything of Jason Voorhees in a courtroom with a suit and tie. Not one.
Well, you know, that was one of the scripts that was pitched for Jason versus Freddy, or Freddy versus Jason, whatever the hell it's called.
It's just a courtroom drama.
It wasn't a courtroom drama, but there were scenes of Jason Voorhees in a courtroom being tried for murder.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was one of the scripts at one point. There's a great book about all the unproduced Freddy versus Jason scripts called Slash of the Titans.
Oh my goodness.
They go through a ton of these unproduced scripts and break them down, and they even talk to the screenwriters, a lot of them, and stuff. It's really interesting to see a lot of the different directions that could have gone.
You know, it's interesting because, like, you hear about all these people who get consecutive life sentences, and, you know, they end up having to do like 300 years in prison. Like, Jason would really do 300. Like, then what do? You let him out? 300 years later, you gotta let him out? Like, what the fuck? What are you supposed to do? Yeah, so that's it on the news, guys. Kat.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you have me watch today?
So, I got to choose this week, but we've been doing a lot of my favorite movies recently, and it's fun to talk about movies that I love, but there's something to be said about there are certain movies that are just fun to talk about, and some of them, I will admit, there are movies that I really hate that I would just love to go on and on about. But I think some of, like, generally, I like talking about very high concept, kind of more abstract movies. So I chose something to reflect that I thought we could really dig into today, other than me just, defending something. And actually, when I pitched this one, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, because it's weird. It's a little bit of a weird one. But I chose The Platform.
I wasn't sure if I liked it or not when you pitched it. Now that I've watched it again, I don't think I like it.
See, I came down the other way. I think because I was on the fence going into the rewatch, and I do think that I think I like it. It gets a lot of points for me. It's not like a strong, I'm not going to go down swinging for this movie, but overall, I liked it.
What'd you think, Mikey?
This movie was probably the strangest, most complex, inner meaning things I've seen in a very long time. And this movie came out in 2019. I never heard of it before Kat mentioned it. It's on Netflix. Anybody wants to watch it can go watch it on Netflix right now. With that being said, I love this fucking movie. I really did.
I didn't know. I pitched it genuinely not knowing if I liked it or maybe hated it a little bit, but it's been on my mind like all week, which is something that I always give movies credit for, because even the ones that I hate, if they get me worked up enough that I'm thinking about it during the day, it's like, well, it did the thing it was trying to do. I'm still thinking about it, That, right. And we don't get enough, like, anti-capitalism horror stories, I guess. So, for those two reasons, it's fallen down on the, like, I like it. I'm coming around to it. I did on this, on the rewatch. I appreciate it more than I did when I pitched it, because
I'll tell you what, I'm already planning to rewatch this.
Did you watch the English language dub, Mikey?
I think so.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would.
I didn't know. Oh, this is in another language?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Damn. And I was looking
Spanish?
at it too.
Yeah.
I was like, they did a pretty good job with that dub, man, because there was a couple of parts where I was like, is this off? Like, why is it off? But then, like, I'm watching for it, and I'm like, oh, wait, no.
I wondered if you would do that, because I don't know if it does this for everybody, but Netflix, for me, for some reason, if I start a foreign film that has an English dub, it will automatically default to the English dub.
Oh. Mine doesn't do that.
Which is very annoying, because I hate dubs.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not watch this in another language. No. You don't want me to read, too? No, I'm watching a movie. What the hell? No. But Kat said it perfectly. And don't get me wrong. I love watching just random killing for no reason at all. Those are fun. Those are great. I love movies like that. We were just talking about Friday the 13th. That's pretty much what it is. I'm no knock on anything like that. But man, it is nice to actually watch something that has some real true, like, inner meaning to it. And as kind of in your face as it wasn't at all at the same time. Like, it was a very clear message they were putting through, and it was hidden in plain sight, practically. It was a really fucking good movie. And not only that, like, think something where it's like anti-establishment and all that bullshit, and it has to do with government and all that, which is really what it is. You would think that's not a horror movie, but man, I think they really nailed some aspects to where you cannot tell me this is not a horror movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. And it, at first, something that made me a little bit leery to enjoy it, I guess, something that made me question, when I first saw it was I felt like it was a horror movie that was taking itself way too seriously. But on the rewatch, like going into it again, I feel more like it's a message that they have converted into a horror movie.
Right.
You know, where it's like, here's something that, you know, is troubling and scary that we can't really understand the scope of. And here's like this ridiculous, high concept, like dystopian world that we need to kind of illustrate why it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is a movie it's a message movie. It's not about the story. It's not really even about the characters. It's simply about the message of the movie, which isn't always a bad thing. And I don't think it's a bad thing here either. That's not my problem with it.
What is your problem with it?
Yeah.
Like, I had problems, but what's
quite honestly, I couldn't put my phone down after about a half hour or 45 minutes. And I couldn't help but think that this movie would have been a much better short film than it is a feature-length film.
Oh.
It felt long.
Really?
Yeah, it felt unnecessarily long to me.
You know me in long movie. Like, I will call a movie long as fuck. Like, no qualms about it.
Well, that's the problem. It's not long. It's only like 90 minutes or 90-something minutes, but it just felt really long to me. I think that's the problem. It has a message to it that it's really trying to get across, but I feel like you could have gotten that movie, or that message rather, across in a 30-minute short film.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could have. Yeah, it's a simple enough message. You could.
Yeah, but there's nothing else to the movie.
I don't know, man. This thing flew by for me. I was actually sitting at the end of this movie, kind of bummed it was over.
See, I had that experience with it.
Yeah.
Except for, the first time I watched it, I was more like, what? I was surprised it was over, though, because it didn't feel like it had been a movie length.
Right.
But I had so many questions my first time watching through it, where I was like, I was so distracted, and yeah, I was surprised it was over. I was still kind of trying to piece together like how I felt about it. And I think one of the problems for me is that I'm okay with movies like just being messages, but I do kind of need it's all about expectations, and I didn't really know what this was going in, other than it was something Netflix thought I would like, and and that covers such a wide variety and quality of movies that it's like that virtually no information.
Netflix really thought I would like Holiday around Christmas time. I can assure you, I watched it and did not like Holiday.
Yeah, Netflix usually gets it wrong for me. But
Rob, I think that says more about you than it does for Netflix. I'm just saying. But guys, hold on. I do want to hear all of Kat's questions and more of what Rob doesn't like. That's, by the way, how I know this is good, because Rob doesn't like it.
You got to the heart of what I didn't like about it. I mean, I really don't have any other problems with it other than the fact that I'm not sure that it needs to exist in this form.
The only thing that I wish, and I think it would have made me like it a little bit, it may have distracted from the message, which I guess is why they didn't do it, but I just wish that there had been a few more hints about the narrative, because I'm someone that experiences things mostly through my investment in characters, and I just had so many questions that they're a little bit too open to interpretation. I wish I had just like a few more clues, you know?
Yeah, there's no character arc in this movie. There's virtually no narrative.
I don't mind it so much for Goring? Is that his name? I didn't mind it so much for him because he was, Don Quixote. Like, I get that. But other characters I had a lot of questions about. And there are every now and then there's like a character moment that makes a ton of sense and it feels like the whole movie is clicking into place. And then it quits doing that, and it's like, Yeah,
and then the next minute somebody's shitting in somebody's face.
Could have done without that visual, not gonna lie. It proves the point, but I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see all that. See now, but what I want to talk to you guys about really is we talked about the concept a little bit, but for anyone who isn't familiar with this movie, a quick little blurb of what it is. Because I had talked, I haven't been this excited about a movie that I've watched in a while, honestly. Like, and we've recently done movies that I haven't seen, like House That October Built. I could take that or leave that. Hush was really good. I got a little excited about that. That was a good movie. Invisible Man, take it or leave it. You know, like a bunch of stuff. Zodiac, could definitely take it or leave it.
Son of a bitch.
But
you can't take or leave Zodiac. Nobody takes or leaves that movie. It's awesome.
I'll leave it on the side of the road like a cheap hooker. Anyway, this movie is a futuristic prison, and their prisoners are housed in vertical cells. Watch as inmates in the upper cells are fed while those below starve. And there's this platform that drops with all this food, and as it gets lower, obviously the food gets less, blah, 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 blah. I think that the opening, I guess, his first cellmate, I forget his name, you guys were just talking about, his opening first cellmate, man, their relationship, I think they did a good job, and I talk about this so often, but they pretty much explained everything without taking a ton of time to explain everything. You know, everything was very straightforward. They told you everything that was going on, and they made it interesting too. You know, like it wasn't just a bunch of crap where you're just looking at it and, you know, whatever, and you start getting bored. That's where I feel you start getting bored in movies. There was a lot going on when they were still showing you everything that was happening and has been happening. And this guy's obviously been around that bitch for a while. And, you know, you just learn so much. And I think that bonding moment, quite a few bonding moments that they had leading up to him waking up. By the way, anybody who listens to this show, there's going to be spoilers all over this bitch.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And go listen to something else. I don't know what to tell you.
Big spoiler alert for the platform.
When he wakes up tied to that bed, it's like, oh shit. You know, like it kind of, it moves so fast.
Yeah. Because you're like so worried about how he's going to handle, you know, that the next level is going to be worse. Like you can just feel it coming that he's going to be on a low level, and you're so worried about like how he's going to handle it. And then, you know, to immediately have him waking up where it's like, it's out of his control. We don't get to find out how he would have handled it because he wakes up tied to the bed. And we already, you know, there are already implications about how, Trimagasi is going to handle it, and, you know, with murderous knife wielding. There was also, you were talking about the exposition being really interesting, and one thing that I really love that I didn't catch on the first time watching was there's that moment of, like, absolute, and it's just like a fleeting moment of shock on his face when he realizes, you can tell that the protagonist did not realize that this was a prison when he volunteered.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, like they kind of cover about like how he got involved in it, but just there's like that one shot of his face and just like the utter shock when he realizes that, you know, the hole is
it's called The Hole. That should have been his first clue.
The Hole is never a good reference. Ever.
That's on him. There's never a good hole.
Well, I'm not even going to touch that one. I'm going to leave that one alone. Very true, though. Very true. Rob, all right. I have a very important question for you about this movie before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to rate that Heine.
What Heine?
The Heine. The main character is Heine.
I don't remember.
1 through 10.
I don't remember it.
You don't what?
No.
Wow.
I remember there was Old Man Heine. I remember that.
Can you rate that Heine?
Do you want to?
Yeah, that was a very droopy 2 of a Heine.
Would you give it a higher or lower than your Jason Takes Manhattan score?
Oh, it's lower than that.
Oh wow! Yeah. Damn, that bitch was low. Yeah, I you know, another thing we were talking about The Hole. I think they utilized it in a great way. You know, like there's so many things you could do with it. And they even had just little shit out of nowhere, like just towards the beginning, some dude just falls. I was like, whoa, what the hell? And that was the first thing I thought. I mean, I think anyone normally, it's a natural thought to, wow, what if you fall down there? And, you know, you're still kind of feeling the movie out, and then all of a sudden, bam, blood splatters a little bit, and it's like, holy shit, someone just fucking, there it is, fell through the hole. They had a couple of things in there, like interactions with people below. They showed you how the people up above don't give two shits about you and all that stuff. So I think they utilized it well. They left a little mystery in it throughout, which I think paid off pretty well in the end and all that. So it could have been something that I think might have gotten lost in the whole thing. And I mean, like, why not, man? You had pretty much a bottomless pit.
And with the falling too, there were a couple moments that really, really stuck out for me. And one of them was with the falling when in the second month, Trimagasi's explaining that you see the guy fall through like the hole, and he it gets explained to you that that's someone that saw what level they were on and jumped off, but they're still above where those two are at right now.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, it was a very chilling moment, I think it landed really well.
Yeah. Yeah. And like that's gotta be like, imagine waking up and like, you don't know whether you're fucking golden or screwed completely. Cause there was like, what were they at? Like level, I don't remember, like 107, like whatever, some ridiculous number they were at. And it's like, my stomach dropped when I seen that. I was like, oh, shit.
That, and like seeing those numbers on the 30th, or on the first new day has just got to be like, that was something that was really scary. And I think that actually the other character moment, the other like really dark moment that just I found really chilling, was because he's in there with his second cellmate. And she has said, she worked for I was going to call them the Foundation.
They call them the administration in the movie.
The administration, yeah. So she's worked for them forever, and she's like, it's obvious she doesn't really know all of the stuff that's been going on down there, but she is so positive. She's so quick on the answer that there are 200 levels. Mm-hmm. And then there's that shot of 202, and it like slowly pans over, to her body. And it's like, I think that might be one of my all-time favorite, like, character building moments in a horror movie, where it's like, you don't really know. She's, she's given up a lot of like hope, and she's losing her humanity very quickly in the management center. But you don't really know what kind of a person she is until the fact that she was, at that point, that she must have really believed there were 200 floors.
Yeah.
That hopelessness, seeing that shot, it was really good. I was impressed.
Yeah. And they built to that too. Like you said, like she was slowly losing it. And then it's like, she's questioning through, after, I'm not even going to talk about the poor dog, but, after that, she's questioning everything out loud, and then it's like, that is like, okay, well now everything was a lie.
And she believes that the administration is doing good. She believes that they're doing an experiment. She believes, like all of these things, they're trying to find a way for spontaneous solidarity to take hold in terrible conditions. And she's portioning out the food, and like she knows that there's enough food for 200 people. And then to just see that infinite shot, of like the over 100 floors you find out later on still below her. Mm-hmm. At 202, that was just that's good, that it was good build up. It was very effective.
Rob, is any of this, we're not swaying you at all, huh?
No.
Damn.
No, I mean, I don't even know where to begin to talk about this movie. I just don't have that much to say about it.
Really?
Damn.
See, that was why I picked this one, because I just figured there'd be so much to say.
There's a lot to say about the message of the movie, which is, how we all treat each other in class systems and capitalist society and all that. But as far as a movie goes, there's not much to it. Like I said, it's a message movie, with no story. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that you guys talked about, like Mikey was saying, well, at the beginning when they did this, and at the beginning when they did that, well, that's what I'm saying. They could have cut this thing off a half hour, 45 minutes in, and it wouldn't have changed all that much.
All right, I have a question that might be up Rob's alley a little bit more with it. Because we do sit and look at stuff like this a lot, and this seems like an is this horror movie at face value? Rob, how do you feel do you feel they did enough for it to be a horror movie? Is there any question to that?
No, this is definitely a horror movie. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a horror movie from Jump Street. I mean, the guy's, he's gotten himself into a situation that he cannot get out of that is absolutely horrific.
I feel like it's not I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. It's not an in-your-face horror movie. I mean, it is at certain points, obviously, but it's more, I think, as much as the blood and, cannibalism and you got all this shit going on, man, killing and all that. Like, yeah, obviously that's all horror. That's great. I think the message and the deeper meaning and even just the mood of this movie is way more horror than any of that shit.
Well, it's very oppressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From everything. I mean, it's visually boring to look at, and I'm sure that was intentional.
Right.
Yeah.
It's, the lighting, with the red light that comes on at night, and, all of that is very oppressive.
Yeah. It set a mood and it stuck to it. And I definitely think like this movie had a feel to it. And there's not a lot of movies that have feels to them. And this one, like, it just felt dark. Like even just trying to put yourself in their position, it made me feel it. Like, this movie really made me feel it, man. And a movie hasn't done that for me in a while.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You made a love connection here, Kat.
You really did.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
This one, it's been on my mind since I watched it. I can see your point, Rob, that this would have been, because I have a weakness. You were talking about 30 minutes, but I have a weakness for, like, very short, very poignant, dystopian short films, Mm-hmm. And I could see this being, like, and I would cut it down even to, like, if you could get this down to, like, a 10-minute short piece, if you cut, like, all of the extra, like, character stuff and you just focused on the platform, the same, like, basic plots, I think it would be, like, that would be one of the best short films of all time, and you couldn't waste a minute. But I didn't feel the extra time. Like, I didn't mind that it was there,
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say the same was true for me, but,
damn.
I mean, I kept checking the time and kept looking at my phone and kept, just anything to get through this 90 minutes on this movie. It was, I don't know. And thinking about it, I feel like I did the same thing the first time I watched it too. And I didn't really remember that until I was doing it on this rewatch, where I was kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of remember doing this the first time I watched this movie too. So I don't know. I just wish there would have been more story to it, to be honest with you. I love a movie with a message. I do. But I want that message baked into a story, because ultimately a movie, in my opinion, has to be entertaining. And I didn't find this one entertaining at all.
Damn. Did we do a body swap? Me and you? What the hell? I don't see it, man. I really don't. I mean, maybe I don't know. I can't understand what your beef with this. I see everything. You're right about everything you're saying. But,
of course I'm right.
Okay. But
just ask Roger.
Fuck Roger. My thing with it is, there's a lot of movies you could boil down to a 20 to 30 minute movie. Hell, Friday the 13th could be a 20, 30 minute movie when you really think about it.
But Friday the 13th is entertaining throughout.
Okay.
Oh, see, this was way more entertaining to me than Friday the 13th.
Oh, boy.
No,
Kat
not
lost her
better.
goddamn mind.
Not better.
We broke her and she broke her brain.
Not better, but this is more, like, I feel the time of Friday. I just watched it. I got the box set. I've been rewatching them, and I felt every one of the minutes of Friday the 13th.
Well, are you talking about the original one?
Yeah.
All right. The original is not everybody's cup of tea. It's a little different.
It's good. It's a classic. I sat down to rewatch it, like, of my own volition. No one made me do it, but it feels longer than it is to me. Like, this, I was focused, and it's, even on the rewatch, like, I sat down to watch it a second time this week.
What did you focus on? That's what I don't get.
the premise, like, and I think that's kind of the thing, is because the premise was interesting enough to me, that I was invested in kind of like the whole, I bought into the concept, and then I do wish that they had, and like I said, for the main guy, I get that they were doing and that's what I focused on the second time, was I focused really on like the allusions to Don Quixote, the second time around. Because I do think that was interesting, but my one thing is I wish that they had explained Miharu a little bit more. Like, the girl who rides down the platform
looking for her kid
every month. Yeah, I wish I had some closure on that situation.
And everybody gets to bring one object into the prison with them. Apparently she brought her kid.
Except for, I don't think she brought her kid.
It was never explained. Yeah, I assumed she did.
You think she had the kid there?
So I've seen, I did a little bit of research. I did like a little bit of poking around the internet to see if like anyone had any theories.
Usually I do that for movies that we watch too. And for this one, I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
See, it's the sign of that's how I can tell if like a movie has been on my mind. If I'm willing to like go look up the end to a movie, it means that like it did something right. Or something terribly wrong. Yeah. But no, and there's a theory that she had the kid in there because they don't allow children in.
Oh, yeah.
In theory.
No one under 16, yeah.
But she's also, that's like that kid, she would have had to be there for like a long time. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not like a newborn baby.
But also, because the kid, there are a lot of weird anomalies with the kid. The kid never moves floors. The kid doesn't seem to have a partner ever.
Mm-hmm.
They can keep food in the room for the child without the temperature changing.
Yeah.
Like, it almost seems like this is, I could see it. If the kid were younger, I would buy into that 100% because, it's something that they hadn't thought through. Like, what if someone does have a kid in here and then it's a problem and then they just keep the kid a secret? And that would be a very powerful message to send the kid back up. But the fact that the kid was that old, it's like, I don't know if she's old enough to have been in here long enough to have that child here. And then, like, that's where it kind of fell apart for me.
She was a badass, though.
But if she had brought the kid in there, it would have been 3 people to a floor, and she would have been with her kid, like, unless she, I don't know, because if she dropped the kid, like, if she had ridden down the first month, gotten the kid there safely, just put them there, then I would feel like all the same rules would apply, even if she's killing all the people on the floors above. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, see, I assumed that she brought her too. I didn't think that deep, although the lady that was working for the facility or whatever it is, she even said at one point, there's nobody under the age of 16 permitted in here.
Yeah, but she doesn't know shit. She said there was 200 floors.
Right, yeah, that's where it's so cloudy, certain things, which I like.
I guess that's the only thing. If she brought the kid as an item, then I guess, like, the patient rules wouldn't apply to the child on the floor, which would be why the temperature doesn't change. Only then the facility is having to make clothes for this child as the child grows up.
Right.
Which is like its whole other set of what?
Yeah.
And someone would have had to approve the child being brought as an item, which the facilitator didn't believe was, of course she brought a dog. That's my biggest problem with the movie right there. Mm-hmm. I take it back. Anything I said. Why would you bring a dog?
Seriously.
That dog is gonna die. Even, what if she had just started on a lower floor? Or, like, what if she had survived? What if the dog had survived and then they're on floor 200? Like, what did she think was going to happen to that dog?
Yeah. I was very pissed off about that. Because you knew what the fate of that thing was. But at least they didn't show you. They showed you something, but they didn't show you the dog, being attacked, struggling, or anything. I'll give them that much.
I did think that it was going to be more. I thought the dog was going to be on the platform and killed by a lower floor.
That's what I thought, because they showed him on there. And then it started moving, and I was like, oh my God, man, that dog is going to be like you're going to see
get
them
ripped apart on 100 or whatever.
Right. Right. So at least they didn't do, like I said, it could have been way worse. I'll give them that much. That was a milder situation for something like that. I'll give them that.
It made me really not like her, though.
She's not dumb. Yeah, like I seen a dog. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" They're talking about eating people. Like, what? Why do you think the dog's there? God damn. But yeah, I mean, I was definitely entertained throughout, man. I think they had but back to that lady though. I can't remember anybody's name in this movie as much as I like it. Dude, she was a badass though.
Yeah. I will. I'll give her that.
She will fuck you up. And they gave you that moment of, it's a prison. Enough said. Like a woman going down in a prison like that. So, when you first seen her, hear her yelling or whatever it was, and the guys down there saying whatever they were saying. So, you had an assumption, and then it's like all of a sudden she just annihilates this fucking guy.
She just gets back on the platform covered in blood, next floor.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
How many floors did she just do that on? Just tear somebody apart. So she was, and then she saved Homeboy, when he was about to get eaten by his first cellmate. They didn't have much character development. I'm not gonna.
If they had made the movie about her.
Yeah. It
would have been a better movie. I will say, for as much as I appreciate all the, and I do really like that they got in on that message of the balance between how fragile the solitude of fantasy is. It was a good secondary thing to have in there. And I appreciated it also because without context, if I didn't know what the Vertical Self-Management Center was, and they signed me, and I joined, and they're like, you can have one thing in there to entertain yourself while you're, working on your diploma, I'd be like, oh yeah, a book. That, I related to him on that level, and then he gets in there and is, wildly unprepared for what the situation is, and it's I understand all of that as well. But she was a more interesting character. Hands down, I wanted to see more of what was going on there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not with you on the book thing. How more people didn't have one of those little inflatable pools is beyond me. I mean, Rob, would that not be your item? You'd be flossing in that bitch with a pool.
Yeah. Pool would be pretty sweet.
It would be, man. Nobody else had a fucking pool. We even thought. And he shared it, too. He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Do you think me and you could sit naked in a pool like that, Rob, one day?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You won't sit next to me in a movie theater, but I mean, what the hell?
No, you'll talk during the movie. I'm not putting up with that. I have lines, Mikey.
Oh, okay.
But if you're the one source of entertainment in a starvation situation.
Yeah, he's sitting in the pool naked with me. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I know where your lines are, as long as we're clear. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't have much character development. I'm not trying to argue that at all, but it was there. It was very, very, very cloudy. You didn't get a lot of answers.
It was just barely a movie.
Damn.
I mean, it didn't have any of the elements that I expect when I watch a movie.
Just for those of you listening at home, I want to go on the record with saying that I threw out the names of several movies, and this is the one Rob said he was hoping I would pick. Yeah. I want that on record.
Fair point.
No, you're right. One, I thought Mikey would hate it.
Damn.
Wow, what an asshole!
That lost all its fun for you.
Yeah, which was a real drive to pick it. And also, I was kind of curious to rewatch it because I didn't really remember it that well after watching it the first time. So I did remember not being overly thrilled with it, but I didn't remember it all that well, so I thought I would watch it a second time and see what I thought. I think I hate it more now than I did then.
God damn.
And by the way, the drunker I get, the more I dislike it.
I want the people to know that I did not choose this one to drive you crazy. This was, you were an enabler in this one.
I mean, we could have done the movie that I wanted to do, but that's fine.
Which one was it?
You lost a bet. It was, I can't say it.
It was The Hunt.
I can't.
Remember, we were going to do The Hunt, but I lost the bet.
Right. Yeah.
So Kat got to pick the movie.
All right. But Rob, why can't I have nothing nice?
I don't know why you like bad things.
I mean, like, really, anything I've liked previously, you shit all over. And
well, I'm trying to think, what do we agree on?
We like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We like the original Screams.
Yeah.
We like the original Leprechaun movie.
Yeah, the first movie, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See, we're there. We're fine.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I finally find something new. It's very rare that I like a new movie. I finally find something new that I like, and even then, I can't even have that. Why?
I don't know. You like the wrong stuff. I can't help it.
I understand, man.
That's not true. The Invisible Man, we both like that.
Nah.
He said he could take it or leave it.
Yeah, it's all right. It was a suit. It wasn't even the Invisible Man. It was the Invisible Suit. I could wear that and be the Invisible Man.
You couldn't fit in that suit.
I probably couldn't. No, I couldn't.
So I don't know. Also, I felt like I sat through this movie that felt like it lasted forever to get to an end that was just ambiguous as all hell. There's not a payoff of any kind.
The director, because I also, while I was reading stuff, tried to see if anyone had any, like, definitive answers about what was going on with the end.
Yeah, I mean,
And the director's response, drove me a little crazy. Because if you thought the movie was on the nose.
Yeah, I felt like, I mean, I had a theory, but I don't know, how accurate it is or not. And it was like, okay, so it's over? It's over now? That's it?
Yeah, the ending definitely left some questions. It definitely did. But, like, how do you end a movie like that? Like, it's not like they're going to take the whole thing down or make everyone change their mind. And which, by the way, speaking of, one of my favorite lines of any fucking movie was when she asked about, they had finally convinced the guy when he said he was going to take a shit all over everything.
Is it because I can't?
Because I can't shit upwards.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Huh. That applies in life so many different places. This is great. So philosophical.
No, I felt like the ending of this movie was lacking. All they had to do was show the little girl making it to the top.
I wish they had gone that much further.
If they had shown that, it would have been a fine ending.
If they had shown, like, Floor Zero walking out, or, killing her, or, like, any of the reactions they could have had, that would have been too far. But if they had shown her making it to the surface, if there had been that shot of, like, the completely, like, ruined platform, all the dishes and everything scattered, and then the one girl, like, sitting on top, like, if we knew she made it that far, and it was, like, back in the hands of the people orchestrating this, that would have been a better ending, I think.
Yeah.
Well, there was, I did a little digging on this too, and there is a theory out there that as it's zooming up, she's going to, like, the platform is going to land on, it goes all the way up to a ceiling somewhere and she dies.
Yeah.
I think they kind of told, I'm not saying this is a good idea, but I mean, I think the ending was what it was. Like, they pretty much told you what Rob's been saying all the time. It's a message.
Yeah.
She's the message. This is the message. That's the message. This is the message. And that's it. That was what the movie was there to do. It gave you a message. That they told you this is a message, and they did everything they went there to do. They packed up shop and left. I don't know. Hey, man, there have been really, really bad endings to movies.
This is not.
Yeah, but this is
the worst.
The other one that I spoiler free, because I know you guys haven't seen it yet. The other one that I pitched, the other high concept horror movie, had one of the most infuriating endings to me, and it was one of the main reasons why I was like, you know what? we don't need to watch that one. I don't need to be mad about this at the end of a movie that I have chosen.
Right. It could have been worse. I'm gonna
get worked up.
It wasn't The Sopranos or nothing. I mean,
I didn't hate The Sopranos ending.
Oh, come on. It went black.
Yeah.
Do you know how many calls Cablevision got?
No, I was one of the people. I didn't know what the hell happened. But now that I know, I think it's a great way to end the show.
This was better than that.
No, this was a terrible ending at the end of a terrible movie.
Damn. Kat, do you hear this slander?
I hear it.
I don't know what to say, Rob. I'm at a loss for words. I hope you're happy.
Too long.
Too long? It was an hour and 34 minutes.
I don't understand how you can say that. And then, like, I almost said it again. I don't understand. The Hunt is so long. It's so... Because there are so many opportunities to end The Hunt, and it just keeps going and going and going and going, and they keep dragging it back.
I just watched The Hunt again, and it's so good.
It's like a 5-hour movie packed into an hour and a half. I don't understand.
It is so good.
Oh my god.
I just want to make sure you guys are talking about The Fucking Hunt, right?
Yeah.
The Fucking Hunt.
That movie is.
It's so long.
I enjoyed the hell out of it when I watched it again.
This is also coming from the guy who literally said, what was the longest horror movie ever made? Let's do that one. And you're complaining about an hour and 34.
But that's the thing. It's not about the actual runtime of the movie. It's about how it feels.
I know. But still, it didn't feel... To me, it ended too soon. Like, I couldn't believe it was over. Didn't that much time had went by.
Well, it did end. It did actually end too soon. They could have added the extra 30 seconds that I wanted at the end and seeing the girl reach the fucking top floor, but apparently they decided then it was time to cut it off.
That was where the line was, yeah.
I don't know. I'll give you the ending. But I think it's, it's a very... It's not an ordinary movie. Like, I'll admit that. Like, it definitely broke some of the rules of movie. Like, it had certain shit in there just because you have to have it for a movie. Like, it did kind of do its own thing, which I like. But it did what it, like I said, it did what it had to do, and it packed up its shit and left. That was it. And that's not always a bad thing.
No, I mean, they just should have packed it up 45 minutes earlier.
Damn. I don't know, man. I do not. And I am the king of sitting there bitching about the first thing I do is look at how long a movie is. And I say, hour 34 minutes. That's not bad. And when it was over, I didn't check to see how long how much was left on this thing once.
Not once. Constantly.
Damn.
I was like, it's only been 10 minutes since the last time I checked. You've got to be kidding me.
The only time I checked the runtime on either watch was because I was worried that I wasn't going to get a rewatch in for this. I checked the runtime once with like 30 minutes left to make sure I'd have time to finish it before we hopped on.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't know. It was very it was one of those things where it was like they could have done the same message with like way less runtime. But I also think if it had been an hour longer, I would have sat through that as well. Like runtime was not a consideration for me with this one because I was so distracted with everything else.
I feel like Rob does these shows on the fly. Like I feel like he had a whole list of good shit that he was about to say about this movie, and the second he found out I liked it, he was like, all right, I got to call an audible here. And he just says things like, I am legit mind blown. That
got like a fireplace with notes that he's like...
he
just throws it in there. Like,
I have my notes right here. I took 2 during the entire movie.
2?
The first one says, watching these people eat is traumatic. Because it was
it's supposed to be
completely disgusting.
Yeah.
And the second one is cool concept, but this would have been better as a short film. And then I wrote nothing else for the entire movie.
Wow. I mean, Rob, I have a list of notes, and I'll let you know that Heine and Peach are both in my note. My notes are way more detailed than yours.
Well, I don't take super detailed notes, no.
Oh, shit. One more thing before I forget to bring it up. My biggest problem with this movie, probably other than, I didn't even mind the ending that much. So yeah, my biggest problem with this movie, they couldn't have found a cooler knife to give this guy. Like it was legit. I have a knife just like that in my kitchen.
But
Identical.
Is yours self-sharpening?
Well, that's my point. This is supposed to be a self-sharpening samurai knife. Dude, you gave him a kitchen knife. I have
Samurai
one.
Plus.
Have you cut through a brick with it?
Okay, but here's the thing, is that you know that after they sold the Samurai Plus, after he requested it, they came out with like a Samurai Ultra Max, and that one looked cool also.
Man, that was the biggest cop-out. I'm going to send a picture to you guys when we're done with this. I have the same fucking knife. Literally, I should not own a knife that is supposed to look like a fucking self-sharpening samurai knife that this guy had to do whatever ancient quest he had to do to get the damn thing. They could have found, like, that's laziness. And I couldn't find the budget on this thing anywhere. I tried. But, man, come on. You couldn't have went to, like, an antique shop and found an old-ass knife or something. Like, really? That's what you got? It's like they lost the real knife they were looking for, and the dude just ran into the kitchen and grabbed that thing. That pissed me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
The weirdest stuff bothers you.
I know. I was sitting there, like, I was mad about it, too. Like, every time I seen that knife, I was like, what a stupid fucking knife.
I hated this movie, and I didn't care about that knife one way or the other.
But am I wrong?
It's fine, whatever, I don't know. It looked like a badass knife to me.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Are we gonna? I have a feeling the thumbnail for this is just gonna be a picture of that knife.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely.
No, I don't know. I've come around on this one.
No,
I like it.
No, I like it less now than I did going into this watch. Sort of the same as actually, that's been a theme for me the last couple of weeks.
Maybe you're just in a bad mood.
That could be. But yeah, it's been a thing with me the last couple of weeks. Like, I didn't like Houses That October Built as much as I remember liking it. And what the fuck did we do before?
Hush as much as you remember.
Yeah, Hush. Yeah,
I remember being so excited to go into Hush because it was like, we're finally going to both like a movie. And then...
We both like The Hunt.
No! Also, talk about... I guess, spoiler alert for The Hunt also, but talk about bad ends. Like, man...
No, it was a good. That was a great thing.
No. They took an intelligent concept for a horror movie and they made it so fucking stupid.
No, I disagree.
They dumbed it down for audiences. They're like, oh, anyone that's gonna watch this isn't gonna be smart enough to appreciate nuance.
I completely disagree. I thought it was really well made, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining.
Oh, no.
It's clever.
The thing about The Hunt is that on paper, it's all of those things. And in execution, it's so dumb. They missed the mark.
I don't know what your problem is, Kat.
Check you guys' Twitter real quick.
All right.
Tell me, more or less, those aren't the same exact identical knives.
Yeah, those are the knives.
Yeah.
Why do I own a self-sharpening samurai knife?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I want to see a video of you chopping a brick in half with that thing.
I want to see him. That thing's a facade. It's fake. It's a phony.
I will say, the design of the knife didn't bother me that much because it felt very much to me, it's supposed to be like one of those infomercial knives, and I bought it just like 100%. Right. I was like, I get it, but then it was so difficult for him to cut it. He had to go so deep into the guy's flesh for like that 1 second he was cutting, and I was like, I don't know if that's self-sharpening or not.
Why would you guys buy all this infomercial crap?
Well, I've never bought anything, but you've seen infomercials.
Oh no, I thought you said that you buy, like you buy.
Oh no, like I buy into the premise.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is a late night infomercial impulse purchase. Like
I bought a frying pan off an infomercial once. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it the perfect omelet?
No, although I did make a perfect omelet the other day. But it was the copper pan.
Or no, it was the perfect pancake. You guys remember that infomercial?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, I had one of those. It did not work.
I had the perfect omelet one, made a mess, and got yelled at by my mom.
Yeah.
Yep, that thing was a piece of shit. But no, I bought the copper pan once, and horrible purchase. It only works that way for like a week. Anyway, I don't know. Little shit like that, like details are important to me. And that is just... I don't know what they were thinking. And Kat's right. I mean, you would think the more I do that, the more I cut, the sharper it gets. Like, dude, it's a fucking samurai knife. It's supposed to have been around forever. It should be sharp as hell by now.
He just like stabbed him into, and then even in the hallucinations afterward, they're talking about, he's bragging about how easy it is to cut into humans with this knife. And it was like, you had to get, like, he was like an inch into that guy's leg, though, before he twisted. And it's like, you should just be able to, like, literally thin layer strips, like a scalpel precision from this knife. And
right.
I'm not seeing it.
It should be like deli meat at that point.
Right.
Just a quick slice, done. You get your nice little slice of fucking prosciutto or whatever.
Not that I really wanted to see that, but I mean, it should have been possible.
Right. I cannot believe it pissed me off. It legit pissed me off throughout the movie. Every time I see it.
Venturing away from the anger with the knife, though, that was the other scene that I really wanted to talk about, was I loved the psychological component to this, where he was still speaking to the cellmates he'd had that had died. Like, and the fact there was, like, the alternating shots of him, it should have been easier to cut with the knife, but with him cutting, like, with the knife, and then when it cuts back, he's cutting it with the glass. And there was a very artistic touch to the psychological elements, I felt. And I liked it. You know, obviously that the cellmates aren't there with him, but it had that kind of, like, grittiness. You don't really know if he's dreaming or not when that scene is shot, even though you know he has to be eating the flesh to stay alive. So it's, I don't know. It was well done.
Yeah. I thought that added a whole, and see, Rob, that kind of goes into the entertainment thing too. Like, I thought it was creepy and spooky, and it was a nice little touch they added. And
it's fine. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with it. I've seen it before.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's not, whatever. It's talking to dead people. Fine, great.
Yeah,
so
and like
Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense.
Oh my god! And it was like they were talking him into. So I looked at that as like an internal thing. Like, obviously, it's in his head. So it's almost like he's trying to convince himself to eat this lady, so it's like, I thought it was deep, man. I liked it.
It's fine.
Knife. It was great.
I just said it was fine.
I wonder if I could sell this thing on, like, eBay or something.
Sell it as a set use prop.
Yeah, I could sell it as like a self-sharpening samurai knife, apparently. Yeah. I'll look up samurai knives.
Was this based off of, was the story based off of anything? Is this a novella or anything that I can read? I didn't look that up. I was so busy trying to figure out where that kid came from.
I'll tell you what. I've never seen cooler knives after Googling samurai knife, and I'm sorry. What the fuck were they thinking, man?
I feel like we've gone off the rails a little bit here, guys.
A little bit, maybe.
A little bit.
We're Googling samurai knives. I mean,
I'm just saying. Like, God damn. Oh my God. One of them actually kind of looks like it. What the fuck? Oh no.
You got a samurai knife,
You have to apologize now to the prop designer.
Not fully. The blade looks similar, but the handle is cool. It's got like a wooden handle with this little chrome strip around it, and
but
that's way cooler.
That's gonna be hand done. You can't mass market those and sell those on infomercials.
Right. The fucking what's it? What's the thing that the ShamWow guy can't sell me this knife? Yeah, no, or anything. I think he died. The poor bastard. That was my bad. Yeah. Did you guys have anything? I mean, Rob can't get done talking about this movie fast enough.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
All right. I mean, there are questions that I could ask, but I don't want to drive Rob crazy. Believe it or not, that's not my intention all the time.
No, you can ask your question.
I am curious. What? And this is, it's such an obvious, like, on the nose question. But what item would you guys take?
Ooh.
Other than possibly a knife. Other than Mikey has the correct knife to take. So.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you can't take your phone.
You can take the phone, you just can't take a charger, so.
Oh, shit, that's right. Damn, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I guess that puts out a TV, too, then. That'd be pretty fucking sweet.
See, if you're looking for an entertainment device, I'm telling you, a book.
Yeah, damn, man, that takes so many things away. I would think like a Walkman, because you don't have to charge it, but then you would need batteries. Damn, man, that's a hard question. Rob, do you have anything you would bring?
I got nothing, man. I don't know.
You couldn't even bring your record player because you can't play anything on it.
Don't joke.
Well, I'm just saying.
See, I think I would. I think I'd probably take Don Quixote because it's also my first thought going in the first time around, I was like, I understand why you would take a book, but I don't understand why that would be the book. And then it was like, that book has been on my reading list for so fucking long. If I knew I was going to be somewhere for 6 months with nothing to do but read whatever book I went in with, that's what it's going to take, I think, for me to finally cross that one off my to-read list.
Yeah, I don't know what I would take, honestly. I mean, everything that I enjoy is like an electronic.
Right. That I'll tell you what, that one dude he ran into had the right idea with that rope. Too bad it didn't really work out. And he got shit on for it, literally.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder what that guy knew about the facility going in, because he knew he was going to want to escape, which implies, like, it's a weird thing, because you don't really think of him as being necessarily, like, a criminal, and he obviously believes the best in people if he thinks a rope is gonna work. But like, I want to know more about him, also.
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of characters that I wish I'd known more about and less about our main character who was boring.
But I mean, maybe that's it. And we've talked about this before. Sometimes side characters are more interesting when they're on the side. Like,
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, yeah. Also, so many questions about that.
Yeah, like that guy was interesting. What's going on with that dude?
Not to poke fun, but I probably would bring a knife only because I would imagine I would need protection. Like, I don't know what use I'd get out of really anything else, Other than that guy brought money. Like, if you can make it out with that money, you're sitting pretty good. I don't know. There probably is some form of protection. A much better knife than that is what I would bring. Can I get a flamethrower? I would love to have a flamethrower.
See, but then it will run out of gas, and then you're just, because they were talking too, like the woman said that a lot of people had brought guns, and it's like, you only have so many shots with that. Like,
right?
I mean,
I thought of that.
If you're only there for 6 months, right? you have enough to kill 6 people if they try to attack you on your floor, but
unless you bring a machine gun, I mean, it'll run out. But I mean, if you pull out a machine gun, you're not gonna have to use it very often. They're gonna get some act right in them real quick with a machine gun.
Yeah, or even a shotgun. Yeah. You don't even need to shoot a shotgun a lot of times. People just need to hear that sound.
Yeah.
And they know what's coming. They get the hell out.
They get that whole shit in them real quick. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably a knife of some sort or something like that. If I could pull off a flamethrower somehow, maybe. Just set some motherfuckers on fire. Dude, if you see someone on fire, fly down, because everyone's gonna notice that. And then you see that motherfucker with the flame. All you gotta do is set someone on fire once.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah.
I became obsessed with getting a flamethrower when Elon Musk was selling them.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
If I was gonna buy a flamethrower, it would not be from Elon Musk.
Yeah, he was selling. The product was called Not a Flamethrower.
I remember.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And I so wanted to get one, and a friend of mine was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Dude, why not?"
I feel like Rob owning a flamethrower would just be a really bad. There'd be so many people in Indiana on fire. Man.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to have a flamethrower.
Yeah, I would too. That'd be kind of bad. I gotta figure out how to make a flamethrower.
It makes me think of that scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. When he's using the flamethrower and he looks at the guy and he goes, "It's a little hot. Can we turn it down somehow?"
You're throwing flames.
It's a flamethrower.
My other question is just, it's on a lighter note. It's the opposite side of the coin. Is like, what meal would everyone take? What would you take? What would you put on the menu?
Not whatever.
Knowing that you never get to eat it.
Not their stupid snails.
Oh, yeah,
see, I think snails. If you're someone that likes snails, that's a really good call because you know that they're always going to be left.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like, who's going to want to eat that?
And here's my problem: is I'm a pretty picky eater, so I don't like I don't like any real exotic stuff. So what would I put on there?
I put some mac and cheese on that bitch. Fuck it.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna eat that before it gets to you, though.
Oh, it's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
anything I pick, people are gonna eat. I don't need. I'm with you. I don't need anything crazy.
I don't like my favorite meal is like steak and lobster.
Oh yeah, that'd be gone. Yeah.
And
Kat, what would you?
And I love Mexican food, but you don't want Mexican food in a prison. Then that's a mess.
Or you do, if you really think about it. Probably it would. Because remember, the guy shit himself in the bed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looked under me. That look of shame was just it's like wow. But Kat, what would you bring to eat?
Oh, see, I'm in kind of the same situation. Like, I like steak. It's an obvious choice. It's something that's going to be, taken right away. And the thing about Mexican food also is that, if you get like a burrito, I know that I'm never going to, because even if I were on floor 1 and I got, my choice every single day, you have to pick something that like you're not going to get tired of. I could eat Chipotle every day for the rest of my life and be fine.
Yeah.
Chipotle is the shit.
I'd be, like 500 pounds, but I'd be fine. Yeah. I'd be happy with myself.
Yeah, Mexican food is just the greatest. You could, here's what you do. You put steak on the menu, right? But to make sure that you get some of it, it has to be well done. Then nobody's going to eat it.
Oh, I take it back. Yeah, I would pick steak because I eat my steaks well done. I'm the only person that does. I'd eat it I'd be good.
You dip it in ketchup too?
Oh, God, no.
Shout out to Greg.
No.
Yeah. Kat, what the fuck? Out of all the things you've said, that's the worst. Really?
I have like a really sensitive stomach. If my meat is like pink at all, it makes me sick later. So it's one of those like better safe than sorry things. And I'm not going to give up steak. Like, I won't do it.
You might as well.
I won't.
You might as well like, I despise steak well done. I won't eat it. I won't eat it.
In theory, I could have medium well, but it's just, I don't know. I want to know that I'm not going to regret my decision to eat steak,
Yeah.
Even the medium well is a little bit better.
Yeah, I get mine medium rare. I don't give a
fuck. I go medium.
Yeah, I'll take a medium rare. It's nice and juicy. Mwah, beautiful.
See, I could see medium. Like, I think if I had if I knew that it wasn't going to like make my stomach upset, I think I would get like medium, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd just rather not risk it. So, yeah, I take it back. I retcon my answer. I would like to steak.
Yeah, you put a well-done steak on there. It's going to make it to you every day. You could be.
I beat the platform, guys. I win.
You could be on floor 300 and get all the way down there.
Okay.
All the glass plates and that fucking dried up hockey puck sitting in the middle.
I'm getting a lot of, like, you guys are picking on me for the well-done steak, but Mikey wants to bring a flamethrower. Like, if you have to resort to cannibalism, that's a well-done human right there. That's cannibalism and flamethrower.
That's not a bad...
That's a good
That's a good thing. Yeah, you could cook that meat.
Yeah, damn, Kat, all right. Kat, that's a little scary that you thought about. I'm not gonna
over
lie.
time, you could learn how to cook it right, too.
Oh, yeah. Damn. That'll burn my gas, though, pretty good. But you know what? Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, all you would really need to do is light one motherfucker on fire and push him down that hole. No one would. They'll know you're going to do it, and they will not fuck with a flamethrower after that, especially if they know you're going to do it. It's like sending a Christmas tree down the hole. Jesus.
Oh my God! They killed Teddy!
Oh, man. I'm thinking of well-done steak now. Anyway. That camp counselor Greg Cat, he has his steak well done and dips it in ketchup.
See, the ketchup thing I don't understand. Because at least well done, you can still, like, it's not as flavorful as medium, but you can still taste steak.
You just put steak sauce on it. You don't ketchup. What do you?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna just like have the steak on its own, at least, yeah, steak sauce exists for a reason, or like rubs and stuff. Like, don't put ketchup on a steak. This is my PSA for the day.
Peter Luger sauce, man. Oh my God.
I don't. If the steak is cooked right, you don't need any sauce or anything. That flavor just comes through and bam.
All right, Emerald, take it easy.
It's incredible. Has camp counselor Greg started harassing you yet, Kat?
Not yet.
Tweet about Nightmare on Elm Street and give it a few seconds.
After my ketchup PSA.
Maybe. Yeah,
right.
Maybe.
Yeah. Kat, do you have any other questions about this thing?
I think I'm good.
All right. Rob, you sure? Nothing else to
I
mention?
guarantee you I have nothing else to say about this movie. I ran out an hour ago.
What was the last floor again? 30 what?
It was 333 because a lot of people pointed out there were 666 people was the implication there.
Oh, yeah,
spooky.
That's true.
Yeah, we didn't really talk too much about the ending, which was horrible, but he's dead, right?
Oh, he's got to be.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
I mean, that's what I took away from it.
Yeah. Rob, what would you do if they got to floor 333 at the last floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Rob Zombie standing there.
Honestly, it may have improved this movie.
Wow, holy shit, okay. Yeah. Wow. Another positive thing about Rob Zombie. We accomplished something today,
I don't
Kat.
dislike Rob Zombie, I'm telling you. As a person, he seems like the coolest dude in the world. Like in interviews and stuff, him and his wife, they both seem super awesome. Like, I'd love to hang out with him, but I don't want to watch his movies.
I didn't hear anything you just said. All I heard was I hate Rob Zombie. This was a good one, Kat. I'm really glad I watched this movie, and I am going to be watching it again probably this upcoming week.
I'm glad you liked it.
I did. I'm glad Rob liked it too, and it's a shame he has to force feed bad karma onto this movie just because I liked it. Rob, shame on you.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked it too, Kat.
As dry as a well-done steak. Guys, go check us out at slasherradio.com. Make sure you subscribe to us on anywhere you're listening to your podcast. If this is your first time listening to us, subscribe. It helps us out. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at Slasher Radio. I'm at Mikey's Dead. Rob, where are they finding you?
You can find me on Twitter at RadioRob123. You can also listen to my other show, This Horror Life, which you can listen to wherever you find Slasher Radio.
Yes, and look out for next week. Rob is going to mention the Leprechaun on This Horror Life to make up for his horrible travesty that he committed by not mentioning it on his horror franchise episode.
All right, since you promised it, I will definitely mention it.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Well, be careful what you ask for, right? Kat, where are they finding you?
On Twitter at cat_lore, VOLEUR.
And it is right. And we will be back next week, guys. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
You better be nice to Leprechaun, goddammit.
Yeah.
Why isn't at the end of every episode one of us is yelling at somebody for something? This is not good.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, be nice to Leprechaun.
It'll
come on, don't do that.
It'll get covered.
Uh-oh.
I'm worried. I'm sure it will be. I'm gonna have to talk to Ghost and have her yell at you.
I'm back. You guys miss me?
Yes, a lot. Tons. By the way, bastard.
What?
Why, on your cat, Rob just did on This Horror Life an episode on horror franchises, and he went through damn near all of them. You didn't mention Leprechaun once.
No, we sure
no.
didn't. What does that
Why?
tell you, huh?
That you missed out.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
your episode's invalid is what it tells me.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Why not?
It didn't bear mentioning, I guess.
Oh, come on.
We went through a list of the 30 best, so, you know.
You went through some schmuck's list who didn't even have a very good list.
No, that
His
guy's
order
list was
awful.
awful. And it was
Yeah.
way out of order and all messed up.
And you didn't even have the Leprechaun on it.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
No Leprechaun. Also didn't have the Alien movies on there.
Well, that's dumb.
I didn't think of until after.
Yeah. I think you should have an amendum? What is that word? Amendum? I don't know.
Addendum?
You need...
Yeah.
Isn't it amendment? Amendment, I think. Yeah, there we go. I've been drinking a little. You need to have an amendment on your next episode. Bring up the Alien and Predator movies and the Leprechaun is what I think you should do.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That ship may have passed, man.
That's Rob's way of saying there's no way I'm going to remember that.
yeah, there's no.
God damn it.
I've moved on.
That's some bullcrap. I'm insulted. As a listener, I am insulted. I'm going to file a complaint. I'm going to email you guys and complain.
Send it to Ghost.
No, I'm going to send it to thishorrorlife@gmail.com, and I'm going to write up a formal complaint.
Who checks the email? Is it Ghost? Is she going to have
Probably
to deal with
good.
this?
I don't check it.
Wow.
If I had to guess, I'd say nobody.
Fair enough.
So fill out
Fair
a form
enough.
letter. Like, don't spend a lot of time writing the formal
Yeah.
complaint.
What the hell? I'm going to write Anchor. I'll let them know a show on their platform is just wreaking havoc and not mentioning one of the best horror franchises known to man as the Leprechaun.
So you're liking that hockey game, huh?
Dude, I know nothing about hockey other than you got to get
Yeah.
the puck in the net, and
Yep.
I really enjoy that game.
Yeah, those games are fun.
But I'm pissed off because I did the franchise mode, and I don't know what records are and, you know, what placement makes playoffs and everything. So I played about, I started a franchise mode. I played about 9 games, and I was like, all right, you know, I just want to play the playoffs. And I simulated through. My team didn't make the playoffs.
Damn, what team were you?
The Rangers.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, you were the Rangers.
our record wasn't terrible. I don't understand their seeding. I think we were 4th in a conference, maybe? Or, I don't know what the fuck.
But if you were 4th in your division, then you would have had to get a wild card spot.
Oh. Are there a lot of teams in a division?
Yeah, there's like 8.
Ah, shit. It was probably the division that. Fuck. Damn, man. I could have played. I was doing really good. I mean, granted, it was on rookie mode, but I was scoring like, one game I scored like 14 points.
That's a lot. You don't score points in hockey, though. You score goals.
Oh, well, excuse me. The points on the board, damn it. I scored 16 of them. Or 14, 16, something like that.
It'd be like if you were bowling and you said you scored points instead of pins.
Is that not what you say in bowling?
There are points in baseball. You don't get points in baseball. You get runs.
I understand, but they are points. Afterwards.
Now they're goals.
But they're awarded a point value for like different things, though.
Right.
Right?
No.
Right?
No, it's one goal. That's what you get.
But
there are no
In
points.
bowling?
No, those are pins.
That's the one that's tripping me up because it's the same amount of pins no matter what, but you get extra points for doing like, you know.
Yeah, strikes,
and
spares.
spares.
Yeah,
No, you don't
points.
get extra pins for those. They just add on.
To your points.
Adding in is another term for extra.
Yeah,
right?
but they're not called points. They're called pins. You wouldn't
But
say
it's
you
the
got
same
how many.
number. I don't understand.
It's
I don't get it.
But wouldn't that mean, like, in football, you don't have 24 touchdowns, you have 24 points?
Right, because that's what they say. It's you simpletons, listen.
Oh, God.
Fansided, thanks for sponsoring us. The Sports Network.
Off to a good start, damn.
So, but the hockey games are always fun.
I enjoy it a lot. I really do enjoy it. I'll tell you, the Rangers goalie must be really good.
I think what's really fun, well, they probably had Lundqvist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, now guy's a brick wall. Mm. But they have one of the modes in there, you can start your own expansion franchise.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Nah.
You go through the expansion draft, you get to pluck players off other teams.
Yeah, but see, I don't know any of the players, though.
Oh, yeah, you probably wouldn't do very well with that thing, because they're not like the big, it's like the secondary part of the roster that you're picking from.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't know anything. Like football, NBA, I like playing, I'll do the expansion league and that, and what I like about the NBA games the 2K games are, they have the old teams. So what I'll do is I'll create an expansion franchise mode where I don't know how many extra teams they give you, and I'll add the old teams that are really good. And what I'll do is I'll take out the shitty teams and I'll put more of the old teams in that are good. So like the whole league. And then when I'm really dedicated, I haven't done this in a couple of years, I will go through the entire roster for every team, and anybody worth mentioning, I'll change their age to 20 so they don't retire.
You got too much time.
It takes a while, but I have done that in NFL too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I don't do that.
Well, I mean, it gets to the point where I'll pretty much just simulate through every season. So it's like I'm just really playing the playoffs. So I don't want to play shitty teams in the playoffs, and it's easy.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know, dude. I've been playing Prison Architect.
The hell?
Yeah, you build a prison. It's fun.
I want a Jurassic Park game where you build the park as like the first half of the thing, and then you have to escape from it as the second half of the thing. So you set your own difficulty.
Yeah.
I seen that, and I thought it was just a shitty park customizer. You get to escape it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want that to be the game.
Oh. Yeah, because they have the park builder.
Someone made I think it was a review for the park builder. Someone said that would have been the better game, was escaping from like the fan-made parks. And it was like, but why do you have to choose between one or the other? Like, I think you should have to suffer the consequences of building a park by having to escape from it. That would be like the ultimate 2-act video game.
I was talking about Jurassic Park not too long ago with somebody.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was probably Ghost. She always talked about that damn movie.
Maybe. There's never been a good Jurassic Park game ever.
There's never,
and it makes me mad.
I was going to bag on the movies, but I like Jurassic Park. I can't do that.
Yeah, especially the third one was great.
That third one sucks.
It did not.
The movie is so bad.
I don't know how you like the second one, but not the third one.
Because the second one's good and the third one's not.
That's
pretty
not
simple,
true.
man. Does the third one have Vince Vaughn? No.
No, but come on. It was still really good.
Are we going to say that all Vince Vaughn movies are good? Is that what we're...
Psycho.
That's
What bad movies he been in?
Psycho.
No, Psycho was good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He was in Psycho. That movie was terrible.
No. Rob just said it's good because it has Vince Vaughn in it. So now you're on record, Rob.
No. Have you guys seen Clay Pigeons?
Someone else told me about that.
That's a really good movie with Vince Vaughn.
I still haven't seen Freaky yet.
That's good, too.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn. Everything he's in is good, including Psycho. Which we have to do one day because I really want to piss off. I really do enjoy that movie.
No, you don't. Much. No one likes that movie.
Yes, I do.
I think if you had never seen the original, like, you'd have a fine time.
That's probably it. Mikey's never seen the original.
You'd be like,
I have seen the original.
You would just like, oh yeah, this is like a really good movie, good story. They did a good job. If you had nothing to compare it to, like, it checks out, and under any other circumstance.
I'm going to double down on this. Not only have I seen the original, I put the remake a few notches below the original.
Okay. I don't have to be as mad.
I thought you were going to say something that was just going
to just be.
Yeah. Rob is putting his shoes on.
I will see you in 14 hours.
Oh, shit. I don't know what you guys have against the remake. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't good.
It was good. It was great.
I saw that shit in theaters. I was mad as hell.
I have only seen the original Psycho like twice, though, to be fair, so not too much of it.
Ever since leaving the theater, I've said I want to make a shot-for-shot remake of Good Will Hunting and fuck it up just to get back at the director.
Jeez. My parents had a house in Pennsylvania, and it was like a vacation house, so they had like security cameras in it, and there was one room they had, which was it was a long room, and they had a camera all the way at the end of it, and on the other end of the room they had a computer desk with their computer, and my grandmother was on there playing, I don't know what, Bejeweled or Candy Crush or whatever she was playing, and it was at night, and it's in the middle of the woods, so there's like no street lights, nothing, and the only light was coming from the computer that she was sitting in front of, and I checked the camera one time, and it reminded me of the Psycho movie, because all you see is the silhouette of her, the back of her grandma head, just through the light. I was like, oh, this is creepy.
And we can't talk about Vince Vaughn movies and not mention Swingers.
Swingers was good.
That movie was my movie for a long time.
I'm not huge on Vince Vaughn, though. Come to think of it, I should probably find that and edit it down somewhere. I have a very long audio clip of me and Bobby, mostly Bobby, just shitting all over whatever that schmuck's name that ran Fangoria was.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how it led up to it, but it was pretty much because he had Vince Vaughn in the movie. And it just pretty much boiled down to like him sucking Vince Vaughn off the entire time, like just up his ass and brown nosing.
No,
like Vince Vaughn just like all he wanted to do was show up, get his paycheck, and like never act. Like he always was on his phone, had an excuse. He would sit in the bathroom for like hours and just take a shit. And then it boiled down to him taking a shit in this guy's office, and like the smell never left. Like Vince Vaughn hid a turd somewhere in that office and he could never find it. I have to put that out.
I didn't see that movie.
What do you mean? The one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one that Vince Vaughn is in the cell block, whatever it is.
Watch anything that what was his name again? Dallas Soninger, piece of shit.
Yeah, but he did Bone Tomahawk. That was a good movie.
I have never watched it and never will.
It was good.
It was a piece of shit. You ever check that asshole's Wikipedia? He has so many lies on that thing about that movie and himself. It's not even funny. Like all this money that it made. Like it didn't even make its budget back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can tell you it's a good movie. That's all I can tell you about it.
I think I fell asleep during it.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't?
I remember like sitting down to watch it, but I don't remember anything.
You didn't see that? You don't remember the one scene that everybody remembers from that movie?
No, yeah. I don't think I made it through.
I will never put over anything he's done. Anything.
Well, that's just petty.
Yes, it is. I'm not going to do it. Plus, I mean, the track record alone, like, it's a safe assumption that anything he's made is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, Bone Tomahawk's not. I mean, it's got Kurt Russell in it, man. Come on.
I mean, see, but that's the thing with him. Like, he just gets names and things and thinks it means something. Like, no, it's still a piece of shit.
It's also got your boy David Arquette in it.
Oh, does it really? Oh, damn, man. I publicly showed on that movie and David.
And Sid Haig.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either. Man, why'd he have to bother Sid Haig?
Come on, man.
You know he overpaid the shit out. I love Sid Haig, but you know he overpaid him.
You seen that David Arquette documentary?
I want to. I haven't seen it.
It's good. I watched it a week or so ago. I think it's on Hulu or something now. That's where I watched it. It's really good.
When we were setting up that David Arquette interview, he called me, and I didn't know who it was, so I sent him the voicemail. And like Dismay was beside herself about it because I didn't know. And like I'm that weirdo that'll Google a number that called me.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. I'm like, who is this? Somebody I owe money to? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell is this? So I'll Google it, and it came up. I'm like, oh my god. And Dismay was like so pissed off. She's like, did you just big league David Arquette? I'm like, not on purpose, no.
Did he leave a message?
No, he didn't leave a message. Nothing.
If you were David Arquette, would you leave a message?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, David Arquette. He's cool as hell. He needs to stop doing his indie shit, though. That damn near kills himself all the time.
Dude, they're like, in that documentary, he almost dies.
Yeah, it was bad, man. They fucking, did you see the video? What happened? Well, I'm sure they showed it.
Yeah.
Ugh. How much could he have possibly made for that show?
I know. It was like inside a bar.
Right, yeah. I mean, come on. How much could they have possibly fucking paid him to do that? Like, if you're, and I know David Arquette's not an A-list actor or nothing, but I mean, the money he's made from Scream alone, you would think he would be like, yeah, no. I can see you love wrestling, I get it and all, but those spots, you just gotta look at yourself and be like, I'm above this. Like, how did he do it?
Dude, I don't have two nickels to rub together, and I would say no if they pay me to do that shit.
I'm like, all right, so here's your $400 check. Now, what we need you to do is get hit in the throat with a light bulb. Like, okay, good idea.
Yeah, so you're gonna hit me with a light bulb and do what with thumbtacks?
Yeah.
Nope.
And he did it all. He even got back down and fucking took the pin and everything. He was just fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. He did a thing with Vince Russo too, where they like revisited the WCW thing where he won the title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing people still fucking talk about that.
Yeah.
Poor Vince Russo.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't need to do that, dude. He's been in the Scream movies. He was in 8-Legged Freaks.
Right, yeah.
I'm not even sure Kat's still here.
I'm here.
Oh.
I thought she said
she has no opinion on David Arquette, I guess.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Not really.
What did David Arquette do to you, Kat?
Yeah, Kat. Come on.
No, I'm the one in my house that's always defending David Arquette. Huh. But if David Arquette's already being defended, my job's done. My dad, for whatever reason, like really hates David Arquette, and I don't know why. Like,
that's a weird line to draw in the sand.
Yeah.
But like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if I'm trying to get him to watch something, I have to like not let him know that David Arquette is in it until we're sitting down to watch it, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you did that thing again."
What's his beef though? Like, has he ever given you a
no
reason?
idea. I think it might be because of Scream. I think he really didn't like. That was I don't know if it was because of Scream, but I do know because he liked Scream well enough. But like the first time I noticed it happen, we were like, I had just seen Scream for the first time, and he's like, it would have been better without David Arquette. And like, ever since that, it's just been like a thing in the house where like I've noticed my dad doesn't like David Arquette movies.
I like how she said the first time she noticed it.
Yeah.
The first time I noticed it, I genuinely think it may have been a thing before that, but I grew up with that being, in the house.
Did David Arquette steal a parking spot from him or something? I want to know what happened.
Maybe he was in love with Courtney Cox.
Ooh,
I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's weird because David Arquette's he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
I have no idea.
He pulled in Courtney Cox too. I mean, he's just perfect all around. What's not to like about the guy?
Yeah.
Damn. Kat, we need to get to the bottom of this. Like, what the hell?
I'll ask him what his deal is with David Arquette.
Give him a call tomorrow and be like, so this David Arquette thing, what is it? Poor David Arquette. Rob's like, that is a weird, like I can see like maybe Tom Cruise or somebody of that stature. Poor David Arquette. Like, what?
My whole family is like this, and I'm not any better. Like, there are actors, I guess, where it's like, if I see that they're in something, I'll just like, oh no, I'll pass on this one. But I don't know. I think I get that from him, because it's not just David Arquette. They're like, he won't watch movies with like David Spade.
I could see that.
He definitely, the one he actively, like, and this is a more common one, I guess, but like Adam Sandler movies.
Aww.
Were banned in my, like, I didn't see an Adam Sandler movie until I was like, in my late teens.
I can kind of see that. Like, if I see Adam Sandler's in something, I'm always skeptical. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, come on, guys. Adam Sandler's the man.
Take it up with my dad. I don't know. Him and David Arquette just...
I don't know that Adam Sandler's done a funny movie since Happy Gilmore.
Oh, give me a break. Rob, you haven't seen Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Oh, no. I looked at the trailer and went, this is stupid, and I moved on.
You have to watch... Dude, that is one of the funniest movies ever.
Something tells me I'm not going to share that opinion.
Dude, he it's hysterical. It's like he will just This one kid in the movie, he's staying with him because he was from like some foreign country, and he will just bang this kid's mom right in front of him.
Well, that's not nice.
Like, no, but it's the funniest thing. Like, he's just so nonchalant about it. Like, he's not even fucking doing it. It's the funniest fucking movie, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that movie, man. I like he's a good actor.
Yeah.
So, like, when he plays, like, a serious role, like, Uncut Gems is great.
I want to see that.
Yeah. So, like, when he does movies like that, he's really good. But whenever it's, like, you know, a Happy Gilmore production or whatever his company's called, Happy Madison, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like one he's made himself. Ugh.
Man.
I don't know.
I love Adam Sandler.
I mean, he makes a lot of money with those movies, but good Lord.
You never heard his cock and ball skit thing?
I mean, maybe a long time ago. I don't know.
That shit's... Adam Sandler has some real good shit in his repertoire. What was that other movie he did? Wedding Singer? Oh my God.
Wedding Singer was okay.
Wedding Singer was amazing. Kat, back me up on that.
On Wedding Singer?
Yeah.
What? That's fine, I guess.
Damn it.
I don't even remember it that well.
It gets points for having Billy Idol in it.
Oh yeah, Billy Idol whooped ass at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's a decent movie.
The Somebody Kill Me Please song, that shit was amazing.
He's best when he's not doing his Adam Sandler shtick and he's actually acting.
That was one of them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that one, like I said, Uncut Gems. What is that? That Judd Apatow movie he was in, Funny People or whatever it's called?
I haven't seen that.
I think that was the name of it, something like that. He was really good in that. It's kind of a smaller role, but he's good.
Yeah.
So I wish he would do more of that kind of stuff.
Big Daddy, was it Big Daddy? What was the name of that movie?
Yeah, Big Daddy, where he's got the kid. That one's okay.
That was man, the hell with you guys. So upset.
My dad raised me to be like this. So.
But seriously, Rob, whenever you get time, watch. Just try. You watch so many, the giant rat and all this shit. Watch Don't Mess with the Zohan, please.
Man, I don't know.
You won't regret it.
I got movies to watch.
Hey, you watch the weirdest movies, and that.
You haven't seen Martyrs yet.
Yeah.
Focus on that.
I guess, but damn, man.
Who needs anything that's even remotely a comedy when you can watch French Canadian, like torture movies?
Yeah, put Don't Mess with the Zohan before that, please. Rob,
don't.
Rob, it's Adam Sandler having sex with old women in a hair salon.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't sound funny. It sounds like Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Oh, don't you dare talk bad about that movie.
That movie's stupid.
You want to hear something? Okay. I have it on deck, actually. I got that. I added that sound effect to my thing. Not for the show, but just a clip that I took from it.
That's a huge bitch!
I don't know, man. I didn't like that movie.
Damn. The second one was kind of trash, but that first one was funny.
As a general rule, I don't like anything with Rob Schneider.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't understand him.
Shit.
He seems like a cool dude. Like, I've read interviews or actually seen interviews with him, and he seems like a really chill, smart dude.
Yeah.
And stuff. And his daughter, Elle King, I've met her. She's cool as shit.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a musician. She's cool as shit.
Rob Schneider is apparently worth $12 million.
Yeah, dude, he makes a lot of money when he does those Adam Sandler movies.
How the hell did he pull that off? Yeah, but God, Adam Sandler's such a nice guy. You got to talk your dad out of that one. Do you think it could happen?
I don't think that.
Now, has he seen like Uncut Gems?
No, that's kind of the thing, like, when I was saying that my dad's, like, really bad about it, because he was interested in Uncut Gems right up until he found out that Adam Sandler was in it. Damn. And then he was like, no. Hard pass.
Yeah, that's too bad, because that movie is so good.
I actually haven't seen it yet either. Because I'm Adam Sandler, I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not gonna, like, go screaming away from a movie if it's got him in it. Like, I'd be willing to give it a shot. I just haven't yet.
No, it's basically, like, just it induces a panic attack. Like you're just sitting there from beginning to end. Like I was just gripping my seat, the armrest in the theater when I was watching it. Like, why the fuck can't this guy make one right decision?
Ah, shit. My phone's dying. Hold on. Okay. Can't have that happen.
No, God, no, you might miss an important phone call.
Hey, man, believe it or not, my phone goes off around this time. Strange as it sounds.
David Arquette go to voicemail.
But Dismay was so mad at me for that for like a day and a half. I still don't know why he was calling. I never even asked. It was like a month before the interview. I had no idea. Very strange. Maybe I was a booty call, Rob.
Oh?
Shit, I missed out on that?
Yeah, he was in town, wanted to see if he wanted to get dinner.
Yeah, quote unquote. If I wanted to Netflix and chill.
Yeah, he was in town for an independent wrestling show. I don't know if you want to come out.
if I give him a ride from the airport to the show and carry his bags, yeah.
Yeah, then maybe get hit over the head with a chair too. Who knows?
You know, I might have got my ass kicked walking in there with him. The thing is, you never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do Jimmy J's thing. Get hit in the head with that dildo with nails.
Dildo, yeah.
Yeah. I still, as of right now, I think I have a text from him I never read. You have still watched Freddy's Dead for nothing.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem. What if there was never anything set up with Jimmy, really, and I just wanted you to watch that movie?
As of right now, Jimmy owes me 90 minutes of my life.
Well, hopefully we can get him for 90 minutes sooner than later.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.